Hello, welcome to my weekly video. Today I'm going to be using the birthday celebration stamp set and the dies, and then the coordinating paper, which is called Wildflower Birthday. So that's what I'm going to be using today. This is a, pretty easy card. And I'll show you some ways that you could snazz it up a little bit at the end. I didn't think about doing that until just now. So get started. I'm going to be using my Memento black ink. And here are my pieces. This piece here is from the Designer Series paper, as well as this. This piece will go on the inside. And this piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So just 1/8 of an inch bigger. For the inside, my typical 4 by 5 1/4. The card base is 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4 1/4. And this is peach pie. I'm pulling that from the flower here that I'm going to use. And forgot to get my adhesive out. And also, my adhesive is getting low. I can see the red on there. That always tells me that I'm almost out. So I don't need a whole lot for this. I meant to put that piece on the inside first. And so I'll just do that now. Since I already had the glue on there, or the adhesive on there, I put that on my silicone sheet just to keep it from sticking to things that it's not supposed to stick to. And I thought I'd just carry the Designer Series paper onto the inside and just put that strip down there. It's pretty easy to cut that off. And then I'll pull that up and glue that to the inside, and then I'll set this aside while I finish the rest of the card. This is, I've already done a couple things ahead of time. Like cut the paper, of course. I did cut this banner piece out of the stamp set, or the die set, and I have that ready to go to stamp on there. And I'm gonna ink this up in black ink. Since I have the black paper over here, I thought I'd go with black ink. Pull in a foam mat just to have that extra cushion there. And going over to the left a little bit. So I'm going to stamp the birthday first. Scrap piece got stuck to something and flew into my space over here. I don't know if that was caught on camera or not. Then I'll do the happy there. And that's all the stamping I'm going to do. I mean, you could... Oh, I could stamp a flower, one of the flowers here. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Maybe right down there. But I'm going to put this flower up here and then a leaf. So the Designer Series paper has a sheet of, well, there's 2 sheets of die cuts. And that's where the flowers came from. There's some balloons. There was a big flower piece that I've already used. There's another big flower piece in there too. I just put these, I took them all out, punched them all out from the sheet and put them in this baggie that I think had an embossing folder, I think came in there, or a set of dies. Something was in there. And I saved it to reuse. So then I'll do something like that. I pulled in the little leaf just to give it a little extra there. So I think I'll do the leaf first, and I'll use adhesive glue dots. Yeah, that's the end I went up. So kind of just eyeball where I want that, put that down. And then I'll use the glue dots again. Oh, that's not going to work. Not that glue dot. We'll make it work. There we go. So there's that piece. And that's the stamping that I'm doing. And then I'm going to adhere the Designer Series paper to my matte piece, which is, again, basic black. Get that centered pretty decently anyway. And then I'll do this and put this on the card. I'm just going to put it down with adhesive to keep it from being too thick. And put that down. And then I will use dimensionals on this, and I'm going to put this over here. Now I was going to show you some ways that you could dress this up a little bit. You could take this die and make a little, like a string, and then you do the 2 tassels. I used these a few weeks ago on graduation cards. But you do the tassels and have them hanging down. You could do that across there. There's also one of the die cuts. I'm going to find where the opening is. And not glue it, stick it back down as soon as I get it open. There is a tassel in here that you could take and put across. I think it's too long, so I'm not going to use that on this card. But you could do that. There is a stamp that in the stamp set that has the little banners, the pendants, yeah, they're not the tassels. These are tassels. These are more like pendant things. You could do that up there. There are a couple dies here that you could just cut and put those on the string. But I didn't think to do any of that. Maybe I'll remake this card as well and, you know, put that on, do something on there at a later point. I really kind of like that. I think that would look good. So I might redo that and get something on there. I don't know. We'll see how things turn out. All right, so now I'm going to use dimensionals on this, and I'm going to put like 1 at the point, and then come over here. This is a little bigger piece, which is nice for the bigger saying. So I'm going to use a couple extra than I would on a smaller label piece. And that down here. I think I had it up here. That's where I was wanting it. And there's the card. Oh, and then I was going to put on some embellishments. So this is strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems, but there's also some clear gems that I was going to use for this card. I used my take your pick tool today to pull those off, and I thought the clear ones would be good for this. I'll put one there. I'll do another small one up here. That clear, it pulls in the blue from the paper and the gold from the paper. And there's the card all finished and ready to go, including the inside. I got the inside done today. So there's the card. And then I made one very similar. I just used some different paper. This is Full of Life. And here I did use the stamp pendant, banner, whatever. I used that and I stamped it off, and then I stamped it on there so it wasn't so bright. I just wanted it to kind of be in the background. And, so I used that. That does not have a die that matches, so you would have, if you wanted to use that, like on here, you'd have to cut that out. But that's something you could do if you like to fussy cut. So I used the Full of Life paper, but I still used the Happy Birthday. And then I added this pendant, and I used the Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink gems from this pack. So same pack of gems. And there are my cards for today. I hope you like this. If you did like this, hit the like button. If you know somebody else that would like it, hit the share button and leave your questions and comments in the comment section below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it's it's still the like button, but you can also hit the subscribe button on Facebook, hit the follow button if you haven't done so already. Thank you again, and I will be back next week. Have a great day. Bye.